So as you begin this second season in the RMAC, what can you take from last year's kind of experience first time through into this year?
Yeah, it's interesting. I was thinking about this. Last year, not only was there a change going to Division Two, going to a new conference. Um, when I first got here, my very first year in this program, that was easier being a new coach than last year was because, my first year here, I walked into a healthy program, successful, a lot of returners, a lot of starters that were returning. Last year, three returners that had playing time. Not one was a starter, not one was a guard. And with that few amount of kids, we had to start from scratch with culture, with our system and our go through the process from the very beginning. And so last year was difficult with that standalone, and then Division Two, RMAC. So we learned as much as you could in 1 year, and we ended the season well. I think on a strong positive note. And so this year, we're just that much more ahead of the game than last season.
Well, and so 12 returners, including two starters.
Right.
Just at this point of the season's training camp kind of comes to an end. How much farther along are you this year compared to last year?
Leaps and bounds. They know our terminology. They know what we're running. It's review sometimes. It's implementing 3 more kids to our system. But we're still building our culture. We're still putting things together. I wish we had more returners starting. 2's not a ton, but our new kids have adjusted and they'll fit in well. And I think the returners are much more comfortable than last year.
Aubrie kind of started to figure things out down the stretch. She scored double figures in 10 of the last 11. Had the big game at Mesa in the season finale. What do you expect from her this season?
Yeah, I expect that her to be more consistent. And not only do the players need to know what we're doing in my system and our culture and what we're running, I need to know them. So it took me all year to get to know how they tick and what they need from me. And I think now I figured that out and I can help Aubrie have better games than I did last year early on. So I expect her to be more consistent. I'm hopeful for that. I think she'll be more comfortable and not worried about how do I run this instead. Hey, what are we running? And she's a huge scorer for us. She can be. She can get hot, quite a lot. But yeah, so leadership and hopefully a little more scoring bump from her.
And then Denise, that was your other returning starter.
Mm-hmm.
Started as a freshman.
In a point, yeah.
Yeah, point guard freshman. Just that whole experience she gained last year. How valuable is that going into this year? And what do you think she can really take that step this year?
Huge. She still does has young mistakes, and I need to be patient with her, and she needs to be patient with herself. But just another year at point guard and having that responsibility. Already she talks more on the court. She's one of the quietest kids when she got here, and now I hear her voice out there much more often, which is great. She knows good shots, not so great shots, that she can hang, and she'll just get better and better. I'm excited for her.
And then you've got 3 incoming new players.
Yeah.
Just kind of talk about them a little bit and what they kind of bring.
Sure. Max Shelley is another Big Bend Community College kid. That's our, we get a lot of kids from there and we love them. She gives us some size at 5'9", and she's strong. She can score in the paint. She can shoot outside. Obviously learning our system and learning how to play with others is a huge key for her. She's used to being, hey, I'm going to get the ball and score, and I'm trying to teach her how to play with other great teammates on the floor. So she gives us guard depth. Janessa, awkward, Jay, she gives us guard depth that we haven't had. She can really shoot the ball. Right now she's a backup point, which is not her element, but I'm hoping that will help me out, maybe not having to put Aubrie there. We'll see how that goes. But she could play the 2 or point, and definitely get us some points. Sydney Taylor is, she could be one of the top players in the league her senior year, and maybe even this year. She's super skilled. Trying to get her to get after it a little more, play a little harder because she can really contribute. She kind of lays back, but she is skilled. She can shoot. She's diverse. She can score. We play her at the 4, and very excited about her.
And just lastly, what kind of do you think we can expect to see this team as the season goes along? They, kind of middle of the pack expectations in the RMAC. Is that think too low, too high? Do you think you can?
Yeah, we want to see improvement. We want to keep rising. We were picked last year, finished 10th, finished strong. So, hey, where can we start and how far up can we go up the ladder? We want to be in the mix. I don't want to cap where our team wants to be, and I don't want to tell them they have to be first. And so we'll find a place where we'll just go day to day and game to game, and let's see where we end up.
How has this training camp been different compared to last year?
A lot of us know exactly what to do now. Coach now expects more of us, and she knows that we can do what she asks us to do. And especially to help the three that came in, everyone struggles at new things coming in. So with everything that's coming in now, I don't know. I think it's a lot better than last year for sure.
Sure. You had a really nice finish to the season last year. You were in double figures, 10 of the last 11 games. You had the 30-point game in Mesa. Can you take that end of season and turn that into a good start to this year?
I sure hope so. The first BYU game kind of was a little struggle, kind of was a little timid. But I'm really hoping to help this team out and show, it's my last year, so I'm trying to show them that, playing as a team and being a good team player can really help out the team. And that's what I came in last year thinking at our last game is these seniors aren't going to lose. So, I really hope that I can carry it forward.
Sure. What expectations do you have for the team this year?
Yeah, we're a guard-like team this year, that's for sure. I know that if we box out and we can run the floor and be very sound on defense, that, I think this year could be a really good year. I'm moving our ranking up, I hope.
So just kind of your game, just kind of talk about what you have set aside for yourself this season.
I hope for myself this season that I just help out the team. As a senior, you're leaving, and I hope that I can set a good example for the team and for players that coming up, especially the freshmen that are sophomores now, that I hope that they really know how much this game means, and to people who can't play it, that I hope that I make a good example for them.